All right, please have a seat. Thank you. Well, I must admit it is good to be back in America. That meeting with the investors took longer than expected. I knew they'd have a lot of questions regarding the progress of this project, but I had no clue just how many questions they had. Anyway, I answered what I could. I left you in charge. Apparently, things have gone well. So, there was one thing in particular I needed you to handle. Did you take care of it? Mm-hmm. 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 Really? Well, that's excellent. It seems that J.O.D.Y is learning at an exponential rate. That's good. That's very good. The investors are getting a little bit impatient, but from what I was able to show them, they liked what they saw. Yes. Well, they're willing to fund an additional $2 billion. Yes. That money should help in completing the project at least a year ahead of schedule. Well, that might not seem impressive, but what we're doing, that is very impressive. So, I want to know just how good things went during this past week. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, obviously I didn't tell the investors everything. After all, this project is classified top secret. Of course, I didn't mention that fact to them either. But yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. We do have one small problem. They want J.O.D.Y, and let me be clear, I don't mean the investors. I mean the people who are really behind this project. They want J.O.D.Y to be, let's see, how do I say this without being vulgar? They want her to be anatomically correct. And when I say that, I mean they want everything to be functional. Well, hold on. Don't get too upset. Let's face it. We knew there was a possibility this might happen. After all, J.O.D.Y originally started out as a male robotic soldier. And soon after the project started, Major Evans insisted that J.O.D.Y be changed into a female soldier. Well, originally he played it off as political correctness, a sign of the times, claiming that it would be easier to get military funding, as well as investor funding, if we made J.O.D.Y into a robotic female soldier. And then they decided a year later that she should be a lot more than just a soldier. So we had to play around with her programming. Well, no, he didn't come right out and say that they wanted her to be, well, all he said was they needed for her to be anatomically correct. So we're going to, well, the Major did recommend a couple of women whose body shape and body type is very close to what we're creating on J.O.D.Y. Yes, the two women he recommended both have top secret clearance, and according to him, they follow orders. So, look, I don't like it any more than you do. But in order to make J.O.D.Y anatomically correct, we're going to have to very closely study a couple of women, obviously below the waistline, in order to make her anatomically correct, and obviously below the collarbone as well. Look, I don't know what the Major is playing at. I guess we should be grateful that he didn't tell us to give her double D's. So, yeah. Well, no. In order for J.O.D.Y's basic form to work properly, we're gonna have to give her a slightly large B cup, maybe a slightly small C cup at most. Well, keep in mind, we need that space to house some of the electronics. I mean, it's just a practical consideration. And plus, if we give her slightly larger breasts, she's going to be more attractive. I think what the Major wants is to have an artificially intelligent female soldier who can either kill the enemy or seduce the enemy. And I know you don't like it, but it's just going to be a lot easier if she has bigger breasts, a nice figure, and an attractive face. Well, no, we're not going to make her look like a supermodel. That would be idiotic and suspicious. We need her to blend in. So I think what we should do is to give her a face that is mostly attractive, but not drop-dead gorgeous. And if we need her to look a little bit better than that, well, that's what makeup is for. Yes, I'm a guy, I don't know much about makeup, but let's face it, you do. So, and again, I don't like it. Personally, I don't see any reason why she should be anatomically correct. It's going to make a complex, artificial, intelligent robot even more complicated and will easily add at least a couple of years to the timeline. So with the investor money, we can be done a year sooner, but with the anatomical features, unfortunately, it's going to add another 2 years. So realistically, we'll be done with the project a year later than we initially thought. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. We have to keep in mind, in order to make J.O.D.Y into a reality, there are certain hoops we have to, crawl through to be realistic. Forget jumping. Sometimes it's just best to say, yes, sir. Put your head down and go ahead with what the military or the private investors want. Well, thankfully the Major was able to at least get us approval to go with private investors, as long as we keep quiet about the fact that the military is actually behind this project. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now, about that one thing I really needed you to take care of. Well, what can I say? I have no clue how a blacksmith has top secret clearance with the military, but he does. I'm sure that maybe he used to be a blacksmith, then they made him into an agent and he worked his way up to top secret clearance, but still does blacksmith work on the side, or as a hobby, or as part of his cover. I don't know. All I know is the Major was able to get us a professional blacksmith, and I want to see how well J.O.D.Y's adaptive learning systems worked. Now, the very first thing that any blacksmith learns how to do is a metal leaf keychain. That's right, a metal leaf keychain. Now, he was supposed to instruct J.O.D.Y step by step how to make one. So I'm assuming she made one. She did. Excellent. Okay. That's good. All right. Yes, show it to me. Okay. So this is what she created. This is the metal leaf keychain she created. Okay, did he instruct her to put this curved hook on the back and make it into a metal leaf keychain hook that clips to the top of a pants pocket? He didn't. So she came up with that idea on her own. Good. That's good. But I have to say I'm a little disappointed. Although it looks nice, this thing is actually, it's a little simple. Let me show you what I mean. This is what J.O.D.Y created. This is what the blacksmith who taught her is capable of creating. Look at that. Now, before I left, I did ask him to make one for me so I could see what his level of talent is. As you can see, that is quite a bit more impressive than what J.O.D.Y made. Even this wraparound here, this is comfortable to hold, it's not sharp. This is what the blacksmith is capable of making. I liked it so much I put it on my own keyring. This is what J.O.D.Y is capable of making. It looks nice, but it is a bit simplistic. We're gonna have to work on that a bit. Alright, let's get started with her new anatomical features.